I'm surprised of all this stuff because you know what, you would be shocked to know one of the things that I do believe in is, and we can't go into it now, we're on 2 hours. We gotta do this again. We gotta talk about UFOs because I played that video last time you were here, bro.
I'm not too much into that.
I'm not too much into that. The shit that you believe, but you believe we're the only planet.
No. I believe it. I'm saying is I believe in that. Absolutely. I believe in.
You haven't researched it enough.
Yes, I believe in extraterrestrial. I believe that there's other. I mean, I believe in a lot of things when it comes to other things that will blow your mind. So I'm not even going to talk about that because that'll really.
I'm already. I don't even know if I can hear this, bro. I mean, there's so many things that we said that are going to be.
That's one thing that I haven't done too much research on it. I believe it, absolutely, but I haven't done. So I really can't talk about it because I don't know too much about it.
After Tucker got fired, so it had to be in the last few months. He was on Twitter, and one of the episodes he discussed somebody from Congress interviewing someone else, and they said, yes, the spaceship crashed. Yes, we have it. And yes, we found biological, non-human pilot.
Do you believe our government has made contact with intelligent extraterrestrials?
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
Okay, I can't ask when you think this occurred. If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
And it didn't even make the news.
Of course not. They don't want people to know.
Do you know, and I don't know much about this, so I can't even talk about it, but do you know what rapture is? Do you believe in that? Like, at some point, a certain amount of people are going to be brought up to heaven and...
Yeah, I've heard about that, yeah.
I don't know much about it, but the people that I know that are very knowledgeable about that say that they would blame it on UFOs when all these people go missing. And that's why they're starting this trip about UFOs. I think that's more fascinating than, I'm surprised more people aren't talking about it. I mean, people in Congress and people in the Navy have actually said, yeah, we have this ship. And yeah, it was basically an alien that was flying it. And you see the Air Force talk about, how it defies the law of physics and no human being can sustain that gravitational pull and all this other crazy stuff. It went into the ocean and popped back out.
Commander David Fravor spent 18 years as a naval aviator, a pilot. In 2004, he had an unforgettable encounter with an aircraft he said was defying the laws of physics. What would you estimate the speed?
Oh, well above supersonic. It like a bullet out of a gun, it took off.
So from what you know about aerodynamics, mechanics, physics, should this be possible, what you saw?
Not with the technology that we have today. Not at all.
Even now, even 13 years later, is there anything that you know of capable of this kind of behavior?
No, there's nothing I know of. I mean, when we saw the video with the IR, it has no exhaust, no discernible things of anything form of propulsion. And this thing came from a dead hover over the water, just kind of moving around, to a climb up to about 12,000 feet to rapidly accelerating away in a climb. And in less than 2 seconds, it was gone. And you figure you're talking 50 miles of visibility, and you can easily see an object that size easily out to 10 miles, and it just disappeared in seconds.
What would be the effects on a human pilot of the G-forces involved in that altitude change?
Talking to some physicists, they don't think the human body could handle that kind of force with that acceleration.
It doesn't sound like the human body could. So bottom line, what do you think this was?
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
I think Trump is going to talk about it at some point. I really do. It's out there. It's just a matter of there are certain things. Honestly, Paul, I don't think people are ready to hear it. Look. A lot of people aren't ready to hear what I've been talking about right now, right?
I have a theory for you that you're going to like.
What's that?
Because this is right up your alley. You know why I think they're not covering it? When you have something that bonds Americans or the world together, like, God forbid, the attack that we went through on 9/11, where everyone came together as Americans. It didn't matter if you were a Republican or Democrat. If something were to happen with these other, these UFOs, they don't call them UFOs anymore. They call them something else. That would lock us all together and lock us in arms, and we'd start putting, our differences aside and come together as a nation, even as a world. It would force us to oversee a lot of the issues that we find so important today. We'd overlook that and come together, and I don't think they want that. They want us divided for many reasons. But that's my conspiracy theory.
I have a driver at my job, one of my workers, who, a lot of people say he's out there. Sal, this guy is out there. He's whacked out of his mind. But I believe a lot of things he talks about, some things sound so far fetched that I'm like, some part of me doesn't like that. Come on, really? Like,
what could you possibly not believe?
Trump has.
You believe anything?
Trump has higher intelligence, meaning extraterrestrials, that are steering him and helping him out with certain things.
Wait, say that again. Trump has extraterrestrials, ET phone home that are what?
That are helping him out with certain things.
Okay, you don't believe that. Oh, come on.
What I'm saying, no, listen to me.
You gotta end this now.
That was so far-fetched when I heard about that. And I was like, come on. I can't wrap my brain around that. But this is what I'm going to say. Whether I believe it or don't believe it, nothing would surprise me.